Hi, I'm Nick,
Hi, I'm Hamid.
and this is a day in the life of the Preservation and Conservation team in Central Park. Now that we are clocked in, I'm going to head over to our first job site, which is the Shakespeare Garden. Our team is responsible for the maintenance of historic structures in the park, just checking out the historic features on the Belvedere Castle.
Always, daily basic, we always check.
So we can see lots of scratchiti, which is scratched into the paint, as well as superficial pen and paint marker.
Nick now is documenting all the files.
So here we are heading down to the top of Shakespeare Garden, and we're looking at some of the work that we completed last season. In preparation for spring blooms, we're trying to get some of the more heavily planted areas of the garden protected with these rustic fences. Here you can see Hamid doing some sanding, trying to get the fit of each piece integrated into the rails and the posts.
After using different tools, chainsaw, chisels, sanding, screwing, unscrewing, make everything connected. It's exactly the reincarnation of the fallen wood in Central Park.
Because we're going with decorative fences, we need those curvy sort of end pieces of the trees, and that's why we have to do so much prep.
We improvise because the patterns change, wood change, curves change. So we try sometimes challenging ourselves how we can sort it out.
Rustic architecture is something people overlook throughout the park because it feels like it's always been there, and that's kind of the point of it.
There you go again. Nick is raising a bar of design again to be more artistic. No?
I gotta challenge you, and the guys too. I am back to the Ramble Shed to finish out my day with a small little project here. I am working on a wax model that was designed digitally based off of historic photographs, then printed in an acrylic and wax polymer. And what I'm trying to do now is turn this digital form into something that looks a little bit more natural, adding some wax here, using a hot soldering iron, and shaping it in a way that looks a bit more handmade. Although it's a small detail, every part of Central Park is by design. So we need these elements to look handmade and intentional. It is time to head out for the day, so we clock out and begin our trek back across Central Park, looking a bit mysterious here in the dark with the snow. Commute all the way home, and I am greeted by this little creature here.
Thumbs up to our job. We finished. Goodbye.